Hello and welcome to the Division B Grand Finals for Nexus Gaming Series Season 6. What up? I'm Murda. I'm joined tonight by your favorite Slexia over here to my right. How you doing?
I'm fabulous, thank you. You're only Slexia, I hope.
Literally
You
the
know?
only Slexia in the world. Uh, okay, looks like they want me to make the lobby. There we go. Someone made a lobby. Yay.
Perfect.
I'll make sure you
How are
get an
you
invite.
tonight?
Hey, I'm doing well. Thursday night, the most popular night for NGS, and we do have a
Mm,
grand finals here, which I was wondering, like, hey, no one's putting these grand finals on the schedule yet. When are they going to be? What up,
right.
Tetcher in the house tonight, rooting on the old gillySharks, I'm sure. But yeah, it's a Thursday night. It's a popular day for us, and I'm super stoked to see how Division B is going to end tonight.
Me too. I've never been a part of casting grand finals. It's my first season casting, so I'm really excited to see this top peak performance of Division B. I've casted virtual Murky Slayers before, but never gillyShark.
Yeah, I mean, I've had the pleasure of getting to cast the virtual Murky Slayers earlier this season, and they had a little bit of a road here getting to these grand finals through the Division B West. And they first knocked off my friends, one of my own teams, Regen Blue, in that opening round.
Oh no.
Uh, let's open up and take a full peek at this bracket so you guys are all on the same page as us. So through the East, it was gillyShark knocking out Excel Esports in the first round. In the semifinals, it was the Minion Miners. And then the grand finals last week, they knocked off Newis to make it all the way here to these grand finals tonight. Looks like they're asking if we are ready. I'm going to throw an R out there. And
Ready.
then over in the West, Virtual Murky Slayers knocked out Regen Blue, Logical Decision, and Wholesome Halfwits last week in their division finals. And then we're here tonight, East versus West, number one versus number one, Slexia.
Wow. I'm gonna say West Side. I know you're East Coast, so maybe it's our own little battle here.
I
East.
am an East Coast boy, but I'm here for a good match. If we make it to game
Same.
five, by the way, tonight, it's a best of five series, everyone. So get hyped. You're going to
Wow.
see some stuff you don't see every day in NGS, and we're going to kick it off early here on Cursed
Ready to
Hollow.
go. All right. Cursed Hollow, huge map. It's a huge map. What's up, Weenus in chat? Miss you, BB. Can't see
Weenus,
because of sunglasses, but I know it's you.
Weenus hanging out. I see Baja's out there. Of course, I already said what up to Tetra throwing the follow at NGS. Mrs. Windup Bird here as well. How are you doing? Haven't seen you in a while.
I'm like gonna answer as I'm hurt. Hi, I'm Mrs. Windup Bird. Just used to answering questions when we cast. All right.
So Cursed Hollow is the map pick of gillyShark. So it's VMS first to ban here, taking their time, but finally deciding to ban a hero you don't always see banned out. But maybe a bit of scouting here, and it's going to be some Muro taken away first,
Yeah.
followed up
Can
by
be
a Zeratul
annoying
ban.
with all of that macro control he can get on this map. He's so elusive, Sylvanas being banned. Unfortunate. Feels bad, man.
Yeah, I mean, these are two heroes that have the potential to split push in a big map like Cursed Hollow where the top and bottom lanes are so far spread out. It's hard to make those rotations, and if a hero like Samuro or Sylvanas can be left alone, they can really do some damage. Final ban of this
Absolutely.
top half is going to be a new Barak here by gillyShark.
So Trondai picked up. I'm curious to see if we're gonna get any global presence here. This map, it's not atypical to see a Dahaka, you know what I mean, or Falstad or Brightwing even.
I mean, hey, I'm not going to hold Brightwing past anyone. I think she could have some value here. You get that Emerald Wind. You can knock off some enemy heroes around those boss pits. But here we go. We're going to get a look at some picks. It's Greymane. And they're going to go ahead and take that Arthas, which is such a good counter to Greymane for Jinxie Cat. So gillyShark already starting to formulate what they
Nice.
want to do here. Potentially a lot of camp clear with this Greymane.
Yeah, potentially a lot of snarling as well as he dives in and bites people's throats out. Um, Fun times. All right, Diablo picked up, and Cassia.
And Cassia, okay.
Ooh.
I'm wondering if this is just solely to try to negate some of the damage from Greymane, take away his auto attacks with that Cassia, or if they have something further in mind here for Swagneros. We'll see what she's got in store with that Cassia as we're looking now at our final ban of the map here for gillyShark. They're on the clock with just 3 seconds remaining.
Yeah.
It's going to be a
Zarya
Zarya
getting
ban.
banned.
Okay.
Interesting. Is this some sort of wombo they have used in the past with her ultimate, or?
I mean, potential, a lot of stuff can go wrong if you get caught in one of those giant graviton vortexes from Zarya, and then something like a Diablo with an APOC behind it can make it even worse. And that's a lot of heroes potentially stacked up for a fend from Cassia. So maybe Zarya makes sense. Really good at pushing, really good at helping enable some of these team fights, but... and of course that poke she has.
Whoa! There's the Brightwing.
All right. I
Abathur.
was happy enough when I saw the Abathur come through, and then there's that Brightwing we talked about, Slexia.
I'm curious about the Brightwing build. You know, huge map. Do you go bribe? Do you go the teleportation phase shift talent? Like, how selfish or instrumental do you want to be? You know what I mean?
Well, they're gonna need a little bit of help in terms of the team fight. You have an Abathur, you gotta make it all the way to level 10, and now you see an Asmodan and a Sonya. Sonya's so good in the early game. Asmo's so good in the late game, and maybe Murky the perfect response, actually, when I think about it, because they need a way to respond to the split push potential from Asmodan. Murky solves that, and they have it with Abathur. This is a throwback all the way to Cloud9 back in 2015, 16, when they ran this in the finals. Awesome.
Did they have the Brightwing or did they have an Uther?
They ran Murky Abathur is what I'm referencing.
Okay. I'm like, wait. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm curious to see how this plays out. By the way, in chat, Wena's saying that neither of us are wearing pants. Why are you stalking me, first of all? And how are you on the East and West Coast at the same time?
I'm wearing pants. They're actually shorts. I didn't want to go full long pants, but you got the jacket out of me tonight for the grand finals as we are loading here into game number 1 over here on the left-hand side. We got the representatives from the East. They're the gillySharks. Jinxie Cat up front on the Arthas. Chemo's going to be playing that Brightwing chest looter on the Greymane. Abathur going to be played by my boy Kagakiri, and Stark rounding it out on the fish. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for the champions from the East, gillyShark.
And on the red side, playing Sonya, that barbarian monster lady, is Fake News Nate, a brew or two on the Asmodan. C Brisket on Tyrande Swagneros playing Cassia, and E Bagatron on Diablo. Give it up for, what's the name? Let me hear you say it.
Virtual Murky Slayers.
One of the best logos in the league.
It's pretty darn good. I like it. But
Virtual
hey,
Murky Slayers.
Can the Virtual Murky Slayers slay the Murky? That's going to be the question here. Up top, it's Murky against Cassia. And you saw a great push to start it off here in the bottom. They got about half the damage in onto that fort wall tower, but not enough yet. And I'm wondering to see if this is going to be a comp that just wants to prioritize getting out these bosses as much as possible. Uses Greymane, maybe use some of that attack power increase that Abathur is going to provide to him later on, as we see our first partial blood of the game. Cold-blooded, it's Murky down first here in the top lane.
Yeah, it's not going to be a normal type of rotation or macro initiation from this Murky team. I'm going to call it that, the Murky to be slayed team. But it's going to be pressure nonstop as he scales, and we know this. You know, you cannot let it get out of hand, for sure.
And you talked about maybe Brightwing going to Bribe, but having that Murky, him having the opportunity to take Bribe himself. As you see Stark fall for the second time here in this top lane, there was a camp picked up by Greymane. But he's going to have the opportunity now with that Bribe to help out his team. And on these pushes during the tributes, Murky could be a real problem with some of those camps pushing with him.
Absolutely. Both siege camps were picked up at the 1 minute mark by each team, and Greymane seems to be working on the Bruiser already for the blue side. You know, I see red team getting some massive push value down here bot with just Arthas defending.
Tetcher in chat helping us out, Slexia. He says, I always cast nude from the waist down, even live, it's meta.
It is. It's super meta.
I'll take your tip. Maybe not tonight since I already have the pants on, but next time I got you, Tetcher.
I'll take your tip tonight. Just kidding. No, I am wearing a skirt, to be honest. Enough about me. Let's get back to this Murky mid lane.
And let's talk about 15 seconds now. Our first tribute spawning as Stark getting harassed there a bit by fake news, Nate. It's the Abathur team, and usually when you're the Abathur team, you're giving up these early objectives. We're about to find out right now how aggressive gillyShark is willing to play up against this 5-man squad that's about to be here by this trip.
Yeah, we got to see it. We got to see the aggressive behavior. Ooh, Arthas already getting flipped. Some of these cooldowns coming out. Polymorph was used.
They're going to try to zone here for Tyrande. That Seabrisket on the channel. Brightwing barely able to get one of those Qs off, hitting him. But I don't think Jinxie Cat makes it out. No. We're going to call that
make it out.
First blood of the game, Slexia. And it belongs to the virtual Murky Slayers.
First full blood of the game. Although Murky has died quite a bit already, 3 times.
3 deaths, but look at the value Stark's getting right now up top. Still pushing during that trib. Sorry, I just missed Greymane falling in this bottom lane. Yeah. There's going to be a bit of a counter push on the opposite side of the map here by VMS. But Murky got some value there, Slexia, and that's exactly what we were talking about. Could be the issue for VMS dealing with this little fish.
Yeah. It's going to be an issue. Like, when you have someone strong like Sonya, that is not only strong in lane, but in team fights, and Sonya has to divide her attention and keep it top lane or wherever Murky's at. You don't get the value in the team fights that you would have without a Murky. But a brew or two mid.
Yeah, no mana on him. There's the polymorph from the phase shifting in Brightwing, and yeah, that's going to be a kill. First kill of the game for gillyShark, and what a good time for it. Just 20 seconds until this second tribute spawns. And Asmodan might be a little late to the party. Also want to note, look at this mule getting value. That's a full cast off on that mule. It used its entire timer. So healing that back up to about, we'll call it 33% health at mid, where Asmodan had been pushing a bit earlier.
Yeah, not the things you typically prepare for. You know, like, oh, okay, they're going to have a mule. Like, is it worth it? Or, you know, Sonya, sorry, you're super valuable, but you can't meet us at the objective. And blue team does pick that one up.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't try to play it a bit more aggressive, just knowing about the Abathur. They had vision up top, and that's going to be another dead Murky. They had vision up top because Sonya's up there, and she's got to see these little trains pushing out into the minion waves.
Right.
But, yeah, they just didn't want to go for that second trip. So we're 1 apiece right now as our teams are approaching level 10, but it's going to be VMS first to that mark in just a moment.
Yeah, both teams just keeping their eye on those siege giants. Greymane a little bit faster. Cassia just cleaning that camp up. We're going to see the tribute spawn closer to Sonya this time, and she looks like she's rotating down a bit. Probably to the bruiser just before, or just hiding. Ooh, the old hide. The old hide. Not in the gank of Bush, though.
Yeah, she's maybe just waiting to grab that channel, knowing where some of these heroes are from gillyShark in the bottom lane. That tribute spawns in just 2 seconds. Murky's going to be all alone up top, and Octo grabs Sonya here. Probably not going to get too much value in terms of a kill, but here comes a clone. It's double Murky. Kagakiri joining the party on Abathur, and that's going to be a dead Murky and a dead clone just like that. Fake news Nate saying, hey, you can come to this party, but you're not leaving with your fish heads.
Yeah, no. Double Murky, not impressed. Sonya's like, whatever. Not right now, but later on we know how horrible and devastating it can be to have those octopus arms wrapped around your body.
Yeah, mid lane Greymane in trouble. The Valkyrie's so good from Swagneros and the finishing licks from Azmodan. Gonna give them their 4th kill of the game. Let's show those right now. It's Cassia with 2.25. Diablo, the only other one with a full kill on any of these heroes, as we check in down bottom. E-Bag and Seabrisket still trying to push with these Siege Giants. Well sitting with a little bit of shielding, so that's not going to be too easy to take down, especially with this minion wave about to expire here.
Right. And, with as long as they have been bot lane, which has been since the beginning of the game, I mean, that fort is still just now falling, where it has sustained for quite some time. It's like maybe allocating resources there is no longer a good idea, or it just maybe took too much time, because I feel like Virtual Murky Slayers is getting a lot of value in a lot of lanes, and Murky does go down again.
Yeah, they tried using that Abathur hat, that Octo Grab. It just still is not enough to take down Sonya, but, we're almost there at level 13. Abathur is going to get a little bit stronger. Murky's going to get a little bit stronger. Maybe they start comboing for enough damage to take out that Sonya, but for now, it's Sonya getting the better half of it. As Stark's about to invade in on this Bruiser camp, we do have our Tribute active a little bit further away, but Stark might be able to scare Sonya. Oh! The spin's too good. We're back action here up at the Trib where the fight's still going on. Arthas trying to get hatted by Abathur, a little bit of health, and there's a good Valkyrie from Swagneros and Cassia. And this Arthas might be in trouble. Has those ghouls out as you see the Starfall coming down, taking out a bunch of them. Big dunks from Azmodan as well as Arthas very low. Kagakiri low as well. And that was the clone taken out. So now Murky's down, Abathur's down, and gillyShark, they got to start moving out of this. Not looking good for Greymane either. Chest Looter will fall. Is that a triple? It's so hard to count because Abathur died, Murky died. How do you count those?
It was like a double and a half with the clone, but one of the reasons that happened was Brightwing tried to use the phase shift on Murky at that Bruiser camp, and then because Murky died, there was that additional cooldown, and she was bot lane with that siege camp before she could even phase shift to help the team. And that's when it all started going downhill,
Speaking of downhill, this keep is going extremely downhill. It's down. First keep of the game before the 10-minute mark. Level 13s were achieved by VMS in the past couple moments here as they're starting to set their eyes onto this bottom boss. And I don't know if gillyShark really has a clue about it yet. They might start thinking, why aren't they on our mid keep, and take a look, but it's already at 50% health, getting help from that Hunter's Mark from Tyrande. And here come the gillySharks. They're starting to smell what's going on, but are they too late? Chest Looter getting in there in time. They're trying to take this over. There's an Octo Grab onto Sonya. She's low, but still spinning. And there's a lot of blue heroes to heal off of. And that's going to be a triple kill and a boss grab here for VMS. If Arthas goes down, this could be game at this point, Sexia. Holy moly.
Talk in unison. Jinx,
value
you owe me.
on the life funnel from Sonya, though, Lexi.
Yeah, and that is what I was anticipating would happen when Sonya was able to leave top and participate in these fights. It's just crazy fighting in these choke points nonstop on these objectives. They're already here at core, taking it down rapidly. Holy crap. 10 minutes and 33 seconds in, and we have this...
This is the West showing the East that they're ready to bring it tonight. A quick one, 10 minutes and 38 seconds on Cursed Hollow. I don't think it gets much better for VMS as the way they just started this set.
Yeah, that was insane. I mean, who needs an Abathur and a Murky when you just have constant pressure bottom until you finally get what you want? They gave up. Bottom lane, they lost that fort, and from there it was just a snowball effect. They picked their channels on those tributes appropriately and just ran with that advantage when they had it. GG.
It was a valiant effort, that final play on the boss. They really had to make the play. I mean, that's a boss walking through, no keep in that bottom lane. They had to contest it, and it was pretty close, but fake news, Nate, spinning to win. And that is quite literally the definition of what just happened. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go off for a short break, set up game number 2. You're watching the NGS Division B Grand Finals. All right, we are back. Thank you for hanging out during the break. Another follow coming through there from Mrs. Windup Bird. Thanks for hanging out tonight. Ogle the Great and Neutrons also followed earlier. Moist Venus dropping the 69 bitty boos. Appreciate all of that. We got to make sure these teams switch sides.
These itty bitty boos. Itty bitty boos. All right, so I'm seeing some hype in chat.
Ooh. I'm seeing some
you know,
hype.
just-
It's 69
yeah,
more bits
it's-
from you.
Absolutely. Always. Always keeping that number 1 next to my name, you know what I mean? And that is a challenge for Venus that I will not participate in. If he wants a number 1, he can certainly try. So, all right, chat. Thank you so much for joining. We have quite a few here live. Oh my God, Falcomer's in chat. My hero, my champion.
I think we're sitting at about 35 viewers right now. I definitely want to say a big thank you for everyone who stopped in tonight, everyone who is a follower. Thanks for showing back up. And if you're not yet following, make sure you hit the follow button. There's really not much to lose, only to gain. More grand finals action later this week as well. You don't want to miss those. Looks like our teams are ready to go for map number 2, and I'll tell you where we're going. It's Infernal Shrines.
Infernal Shrines. If only there were laughter when it was announced the way it is. It would make it so much more lighthearted. But it's a serious place. Infernal
Do
Shrines.
you remember what the final ban was for VMS last game? Or if anyone in chat does, I forgot to write it down in my book here.
Anna.
Anna. Yes, you're right, it was. Okay.
And we see the Zeratul and Samuro coming out quickly. No hesitation. Already banned. Diablo getting banned this time.
Sylvanas, same bands. All right,
Yeah.
Samuro, Sylvanas. Not going to change here for VMS. Zeratul still banned out. New ban here for Diablo. As Jinxie Cat going to move on to her Johanna. I like this one.
Me too. Definitely on this map with all of the guardians around. You know, it's good to have that. A Nubarak picked up early. Definitely good. Depending on what we're gonna see from gillySharks. Jaina's always powerful here. Mages are powerful here, and having a Nubarak can really shut that down. That idea down.
Ooh,
But we do see a
Leoric.
mage.
Leeming.
Yeah.
So I think the Leeming, like, for me, it works two ways against a Nubrak. That Cocoon comes down and disintegrates, such a great option to absolutely disintegrate the Cocoon. However, some of those beetles and some of the spell armor a Nubrak can get make it really tough for Leeming to actually kill
Right.
the beetle. So kind of works both ways here, and we'll see who ends up getting the better half of the deal as Alex Straza banned out by VMS. We're back over for the final ban with gillyShark. 10 seconds for them. Still no solo lane for Fake News Nate chosen yet. Wondering if they want to try to target down his Sonya that was so good in game number 1.
I would consider it, but we don't see it. We see Hanzo ban. Opening him up for that Sonya again. You know, with someone like Leoric though, I mean, as powerful as she is, he can certainly deplete her of some of that extra boost that she gets. I don't know. What are they gonna pick? Murda.
I think he just put Fake News Nate back on Sonya that was so good. Instead, they want to put him on Thrall, and Swagnero's going to pick up the Junkrat. I like Junkrat. Anytime Leeming's caught out and a Riptire is running at her, that thing does almost her entire health bar. You can't take Glass Cannon, Chest Looter. Don't even think about it now that Junkrat's picked.
Nah, no glass cannon. I mean, you can if you have the support you need. We're going to see Stukov and Zul. So Li Ming is going to be very vulnerable in that backline. We have a heavy melee team here, depending on what Stukov goes for at level 1. Heavily protected or heavily vulnerable. With the dive of a Nubarak, I'm not quite sure. And now there's an Alarak, which is even more terrifying for a mage.
Yeah, this is a great way to shut down opposing Johannas. You get the silence off with Alarak using his Discord Strike, and Johanna can no longer use that Iron Skin to run away. So,
right.
I love it. I think it's a great final pick, but they're maybe a little bit light in terms of a front line. They have the Thrall and Alarak, but they don't have a lot of HP on those two heroes. And once Leoric and Johanna start moving through it, it's going to be tough for them to stay alive here. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, chat. I was laughing at the comment about Ming on shrines because for a second I was, with the, you know what I mean? Because that's kind of like what you think. You expect like, oh, okay, Jaina, KT, probably even Chromie now, but like Li Ming, wow, that's a lot of poke for shrines.
It's a risky pick, and you know it's not like you're saying, not very good at clearing out those skeletal defenders. So we're going to find out as we're loading into game number 2 here. Let us know in chat who you think's going to win, but let's introduce these guys. On the left-hand side, it's gillyShark, Chemotripsin playing the Stukov, Stark on Zul, Chest Looter on the Leeming, Zergy Monster playing Leo, and last but not least, on Johanna, it's going to be Jinxie Cat. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise from the east. They are gillyShark.
And on the right-hand side, playing Tyrande, we have Seabrisket, a brew or two on a Nubarak. E-Bagatron on Alarak, Swagneros on Junkrat, and Fake News Nate on Thrall. Give it up for Virtual Murky Slayers. Hello.
I think they virtually slayed Murky last game. This time, no Murky, so we'll see who ends up being the one they try to slay this time. As we take a look at our level 1 talents. Yeah, absolutely what I thought. Extended Lightning from Alarak, trying to go that quest build here. We'll see how it works out for him. But he's got to do it up against this Johanna, which is a pretty tough hero to kill sometimes. And it's going to be his job to make sure she dies. So we got to keep an eye on E-Bag today.
Yeah, definitely keep an eye on him. You know, keep that sadism at a manageable level.
He's going to check out that rotational path, but not nearly enough presence to make a move in, as you see the rotation a little bit ahead right now for gillyShark. And we'll check in up top with our matchup. It's Leo against Thrall. So far, Thrall playing a little bit passive here, not wanting to get too much done quite yet.
Yeah. Interesting with Echo of the Elements stacking at this time. Looks like Virtual Murky Slayers are just trying to be very dominant, and keep an eye on the siege camp for gillySharks.
Yeah, both sides are getting their camp, but you saw a Nubarak trying to be a little pest over there.
Yeah.
Harassing with those impales, but ultimately going to give it up and allow gillyShark to grab their camp. There you see VMS bringing theirs out as well. So mid lane will be matched with that Merc pressure for now.
And who's going to get the neutral camp? It's 4v3. Ooh. Stukov puts down his silence and zones the other team out. You know, it's I like how they're playing, not really trying to engage too hard for a team fight. You know, just the normal, like, let's soak, let's get our camps and rotate. Let's not fight if we're at a disadvantage. You know, I like to see that. I definitely like to see that.
Checking back in on the matchup up top, Thrall having to use that well tap as you see there. Maybe Leo getting a little bit of a better hand over time as we take a look at our level 4 talents. And now we're starting to talk about Zool, because Stark at level 4 picking up the Grim Scythe. That's going to really help his Cursed Strikes, especially inside the shrines on these skeletal defenders. Zool will become a beast in there for his team on the objective.
Doing that dance with his scythes, as we see later on. Can't wait. I cannot wait, Murda.
Yes, Queen. Rotation's coming, though. Here's Zool at mid, trying to find a little bit of that XP towards level 7. Both teams just barely past level 6 right now, as it's going to be gillyShark in the pit first, working on those skeletal defenders. They're sitting at 7 already, and we haven't seen anything from VMS at this point. They just brought out their Bruiser camp. They're a little bit late now, but they're going to make their move in pre-level 7, and here comes a Nubarak with an Impale up front onto the Leo. Little Burrow Charge tried, and now might be caught inside the skeletal prison there by Zool, but able to walk away. Still is a brew or two. Not nearly enough damage on the front line here from Johanna, as now Jinxiecat having to start backing away. A root lands from Thrall, but the burst coming out from Li Ming. Make it 2 now, and it's going to be a double kill for gillyShark, and potentially the remainder of this objective up top. Dyslexia.
Yeah, that's always a rough time to rotate in down beneath these shrines with those choke points all around it. It definitely gives the team that's on the point the advantage to position themselves to just maintain their footing, and dive or no dive, it just wasn't efficient. And yeah, we did see that orb slap someone to death, and those resets are valuable outside of that shrine for sure.
I think the kill feed showed up over here, and it said that the Nexus forces ended up getting that first kill, but we know who it was. It was Chess Leader getting a big fat orb in the face. Archer Minion, yeah, you're there too. Okay.
Yeah, no, the Nexus likes to steal the kills once in a while. It's all good though. We all know the truth. Ooh, and this John Cena is at half health.
And this is the laser one, so like it does a lot of damage. So be careful, maybe VMS here. gillyShark still pushing in, but they don't have a minion wave, so they're starting to get a little bit scared. Jinxie Cat trying to zone off this Alarak. Try to keep him in that silence, but he pops right back out. Now maybe Johanna in trouble herself. Very low. There's the telekinesis pulling Jinxie Cat back. No Discord Strike landing yet, but they're not gonna need it. Johanna falling. First kill of the game here for the virtual Murky Slayers.
I did notice Tyrande picked up the healing with the spell armor too, which is smooth moves. You know what I mean? Definitely helpful, as we saw right there. Having that spell armor buff was clutch.
Both sides looking at their siege camps, but it was gillyShark getting theirs out first. Here comes VMS working on theirs. This neutral camp that went over to gillyShark early in the game, it's respawned as well. 6.5 out of 10, it says it right there.
With the banner. The banner's holding it down until Swagneros comes and throws his flaming grenade balls on it. But gillyShark's definitely deciding that that's theirs. He did place the concussion mine. I wonder if he's going to use it just for the meme. Nope, he does not.
Yeah, no meme value that time. Kind of disappointed.
No meme value. Why?
Yeah,
Why?
just be a bully. Just knock people around. Here's another concussion mine. Put on that minion wave. No one walking anywhere near it for now.
Oh, the globe is there.
Here comes that Starfall just trying to clear out this push, but a little late onto the minion wave, so they're going to have to do that manually.
Yeah. And tins are online for both teams now, too. Do you want me to go over what we see for virtual Murky Slayers?
Sure, absolutely.
All right, and the only reason I'm asking is because I want to let you guys know that we've got the Kakuna on Anubarak. Venus would be very proud. Starfall on Tyrande, Counter-Strike on Alarak, Riptire on Junkrat, and Earthquake on Thrall. How exciting.
Yeah, and
exciting.
Over on gillyShark, it's the massive shove. They got the Skeletal Defenders, Disintegrate, Entomb, and Bless Shield. But, you know, you talk about the Kakuna, and, you know, that's one of those Pokemon that a few people who try to do some extreme challenges have tried beating the game with just a Kakuna. Have you seen this before?
No, absolutely not. No, I'm referencing Anubarak's Kakuna alone, and it's a mothy, moist place.
OMG.
I think we've all been in an Anubarak Kakuna, you know what I mean?
Shrine number 2 activating in just a moment. Here's VMS on their camp, but invading quickly. Leo on the way. Here comes Zool, the rest of gillyShark trying to invade on top of this camp as the Entomb hits onto 4 people. There's a Counter-Strike, which is really great way to try to get some damage, but not enough, and it's a double kill for Li Ming. Could have gotten more, but wasn't able to walk through that Earthquake. But what great timing here for gillyShark. They're going to be working on their second objective, Slexia.
Yeah, they are. And nothing like a zoning Earthquake, you know what I mean? That was crazy. I mean, it did allow them to get away.
They're just leaving Zool back in the pit. They grabbed that top fort with the double camp push. And you can start seeing some smart minds from gillyShark here in the mid-game on Infernal Shrines. They're looking really good right now.
Definitely. Looking tough. They're level 13. They're keeping their eye on these macro objectives popping up. I mean, they're 5 away from taking this next. Is it the Frozen Punisher? And let's see how far they can push. I mean, we're seeing that Alarak is bot, probably trying to soak some XP, maybe get them 13 as well. Not the usual offlaner.
Well, this is a Frozen Punisher. That means now it will be shutting down the shots coming from all of these structures, including this fort in just a moment. But he's down to 50% health as it finally starts disabling this fort once again. It will fall, as the Starfall also will fall from Tyrande trying to negate some of these minions coming in. That's all gillyShark wants. That's all they're going to get. They're backing on out and setting their eyes onto this enemy siege camp now, Slexia.
Yeah. The siege camp may last just a bit longer. You know, that was a very quick Punisher. Even not having 13, they were able to burn it down. And, you know, I think rotating all together is strengthening this team to be able to continue their domination. But I mean, just one solid team fight on the same talent tier can turn the tides here. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Li Ming trying to go further into this teleport build, and if the value's there, wow, here comes a skeletal defender play. Or skeletal mages, sorry. We're on Infernal Shrines. There's the Earthquake in response from Thrall. And now gillyShark has to start backing up as Stukov's in trouble. Riptire coming out from Junkrat, trying to chase down Chemo, but it couldn't quite get there. Jinxie Cat, great job zoning as she's starting to back away using that iron skin, but Anubarak not letting Chemo go. Still pushing in onto Stukov with those beetles. Counter-strike coming out from E-Bag as they finally are able to kill Zool. The only kill that's going to happen in the fight, and it belongs to VMS.
That one was intense. I was clenching my jaw the whole time you were articulating what was happening. You know, that disintegrate coming out from Li Ming definitely got them a bit low, and she was taken out too, but not taken out by death, but just taken down rather. That was crazy. Great defense. Wow. More fights.
Please, more fights as we take a look at our kill count. It's Leoric leading all heroes with 3 kills, Zool with 1. And on the other side, it's Thrall and Anubarak getting 1 apiece. But next up, it's level 16 for gillyShark. They're pretty close to that mark. They're keeping this Leo hanging out around mid, currently up against Anubarak. The rest of the team standing near this bruiser camp, spawning in just 3 seconds. gillyShark going to try to time that out. We'll see if they want to hold it until the objective spawns down bottom, or if they're willing to just throw it out now. I'd love to actually see them hold on to it.
I bet they're going to cap it and then try to invade the other one that's going to spawn soon. But, I mean, I've never been good at betting.
You know, now with level 16s, it seems like the proper move for them to make. We'll see if indeed that's where they go. But look who's going there now. It's VMS. They're making their march over to the bruiser camp. But no one from gillyShark moving that direction. Instead, opting for their own siege camp. Gonna play it safe, but maybe giving opportunity here for VMS to catch up with level 16.
I mean, that's bottom fort down too. You know, not going to challenge that bruiser. They can certainly take that out quickly. It's very low. Maybe is more value than challenging and getting a few kills. It does open virtual Murky Slayers up to get 16 in advance though too. But we're already on the shrine here with 10. 10 taken.
And look how far away Thrall is right now. There's no way he is getting here in time with how fast this clear is from Stark playing Zool. We talked about that Curse Strikes build, and it's getting the value it needs as he throws down those skeletal mages again, and a prison on top of Alarak as you see this Riptire in the back stuck by the Entomb. No kills yet as Alarak, the one who's low right now for VMS, but Junkrat turning around with that spread volley right now inside the pit. Still no kills, but it's Zool going down. Jinxie Cat falling on Johanna as well, as taking over this shrine will be virtual Murky Slayers. They're up to 25 skeletal defenders, and I think they might end up with this Mortar Punisher here, Slexia.
Yeah, wow. I am wondering who's calling shots on the side of gillySharks right now, or gillyShark, because, oh, there's Li Ming with the Disintegrate. So many low targets. Any one of them could have been picked, you know what I mean? But they had to back up. Wow.
Mortar Punisher, the strongest of the 3 in terms of whacking onto heroes, especially if these mortars flying from the sky can land on top. No contest here on the bottom fort, so it's going to be virtual Murky Slayers making a push with still 23 seconds, or maybe a little bit less, for Leo to respawn. Here's their attempt on this bottom keep wall.
And here we are. I mean, they had everything so weakened on their side, but here they are in the weakest side of gillyShark at keep. Is it calculated?
Well, they're leaving him to try to just allow him to zone. Junkrat providing some zoning as well with that spread volley for the second time we've seen it pulled out as this keep. It was bottom lane in game 1. It's bottom lane in game 2 as well for VMS. First keep down, even though they lost those first 2 objectives.
Right. And that's why I'm like, is this calculated? Is it like, all right, fine. Let them take that. We're going to get our strength bottom lane. And that's it. You know, now is the real fight. Like it's really I'm happy to see this game continue because it was almost one-sided in a certain sense. You know what I mean?
Here comes Zool throwing out that prison again. It locks into Thrall. Fake News Nate in a tough spot. Here's Leeming in a great silence. That's going to get a double kill. That Entomb not allowing anyone to walk out of that silence. gillyShark stepping up after losing their keep. Now maybe have opportunity with 45 seconds. They have 2 camps here at mid, or is it just the 1 camp? No, just the 1 camp at mid. They can get this keep down right here, right now.
Yeah, and they should, and they will. I mean, Leo is clearing bottom lane. We will see, the members that are remaining for Virtual Murky Slayers stay up. Riptire coming out, but missing by quite a bit on that Li Ming. Cooldown down, towers ticking some chunks off of Stark's life.
Yeah, you can credit that to Seabrisket using that Starfall, making sure that the minions weren't able to help with that push.
No cushion. No cushion there.
Now gillyShark are just going to have to resort to waiting until level 20. They're very close to the mark, just a few more moments away. In fact, this camp just might about do it. We'll see if it does. Still another second or two, but level 20 is going to be here for gillyShark, and this is now the time of the game where they have to be looking for a fight, especially up on that bruiser camp that's available, but they're just not thinking about it, and VMS is going to be able to get that no contest, it looks like.
Yeah. It would appear so, anchoring by both tanks as they do finish up top camp.
Well, one more crack at the mid keep looks like the play here for gillyShark. So a little bit of time as the Silence Entomb is on top of Thrall. The Skeletal Mage is down as well, but not enough kill pressure as a Nubrak shoved all the way back to the back wall. They're trying to take this fight now 5v4. E-Bag on the front side inside that Silence, but he's able to keep walking away from it as the Riptire now coming out from Junkrat. No kills yet. Johanna's low, but should have Indestructible available. She did take that at level 20. Pops the Iron Skin, still trying to walk out. Here's a Condemn. Still walking away, 300 health. Jinx again, not even going to have to use the Indestructible.
That's a lot of focus on Johanna. Definitely good value to kite the team away from the rest of her team. Now the objective is spawning, and I mean, they weren't able to get that mid keep. They were not able.
If you're gillyShark, how disheartened do you feel? You made 2 attempts onto that mid keep, one of them with a level 20 advantage, and neither of them ending up with the value you wanted. No kills, no keep, no nothing, and now we're up to this 4th objective of the game. It's back in the top lane. Be great if gillyShark's able to get it because they already have that fort down, but are they able to? Are they able to move in and get the kills? They don't have their Skeletal Mages yet, and you've seen them try to use that as one of their initiation tools. As the fight's breaking out, E-Bag getting a lot of damage out onto Leoric, and Johanna's so low as well. I think Jinxie Cat's going to fall. It could be the entire front line down in a moment. Stukov down as well. Iron Skin used. Chest Looter teleporting all around. Here's the Riptire. They're going to use it onto Zool.
Yeah, I mean, lowest hanging fruit. I was going to say, to answer your question about disheartened, Li Ming is getting cocooned right away, and it's taking quite a bit of time to break her out. She was broken out very quickly right there, but all the other times it took forever. And so I think if I were gillyShark, I would be, breaking her out first. Just like maybe juking them a bit with an engage to get that cocoon out or something. I don't know. But here we see this Punisher frozen, freezing stuff and punching stuff top lane.
And in the bottom lane, Leeming down here trying to clear up some of these catapults. 4 marching their way towards that core in the bottom lane. And Chest Looter having to play defense. So with that fort down up top now, this is a 5v4 with a Punisher in the top lane. And they got to know they have this advantage at least for a few moments. Now Leeming not showing on the map. But this Punisher pushing in. It's a frozen Punisher, and structures are about to be disabled.
Yeah. Well, even talents, we've got all of our talents here. Jinxie Cat is the elusive Johanna, able to sustain through a lot of damage. is bypassed by Anubarak going in for the dive, but Stukov using his arm and pushing Anubarak way across the map. Fake News Nate is getting the tip of that disintegrate, and Seabrisket looks like he is blinded and very low, having to back up. Cannot heal his team. Ebagtron barely missed by that orb. And I don't think they can keep pushing. I mean, Leoric's
Here's the
down.
cocoon on Zool. Another shove coming out from Stukov as they're trying to remain here with this defense. This mid keep getting tower shots off, and that's going to be a dead thrall. And Nuke could be next. They're trying to get on top of a brew or two, and he's just going to burrow charge back in and say, hey, I'll go ahead and die, but you're not taking the rest of my team. They're getting on mounts. They're going to live. Ultimately, after the objective, the second keep of the game is down for virtual Murky Slayers, and still at mid, it's sitting on a thread. And I think gillyShark, with these two heroes down, they're going to try to make the push right now. Leo's going to be back up in just a moment. You see him already moving down this mid lane.
Right. And Seabrisket is getting targeted. I mean, yeah, of course they're going to take mid lane. These death timers are super high. It was super
can
selfish.
They end here as well? They're going for it. They have to go for it.
I don't think they can end here, no. And that's what caused, you know, those deaths on gillyShark's side was, you know, virtual Murky Slayers overextending and staying a little bit too long. They don't want to make that same mistake. I mean, their core is being attacked, so they're down Leo for the foreseeable future while he, you know, protects against those catapults. gillyShark did take top bruiser, though, from virtual Murky Slayers. Smooth moves there. It looks like maybe they're going to rotate around to all the macro objectives, but if they can get cleared up fast enough, it's gonna go down to this final objective, this final shrine, and that will, I believe, depending on, you know, how many die, determine who takes this game. I
don't know. If that was me on that play with Leo rejoining and those heroes still dead and we're past level 20, past the 20-minute mark as well, I'm going for that core. You have the Silence and Tomb from Leo. It's a pretty short cooldown. If Junkrat's the one you're scared of with that spread volley and with that Riptire, just make sure that Entomb hits him, lock him down, get the kill, and stop worrying about him. Just win the game. But instead, all they get's the keep. They have pressure mid, but it's VMS with pressure bot and top.
Right.
And we got an objective spawning soon, and it could be the final objective of the game either way.
Right. And if VMS does, you know, get the objective, like, do they push mid with two structures, or do they split and go to the open lanes? You know, I mean, at least gillyShark has the opportunity to just push because there is no keep, no structure left mid. But VMS would have to find a different lane, I think, if they want to end here, because everyone is just too strong.
Bruiser Camp going to be picked up top lane here for gillyShark. The one from their side timed out really nicely here. Just 10 seconds until what I'm going to call and predict as the final objective of the game. It's going to be starting up in 3 seconds. Alarak, the only one standing inside for now, as Jinxie Cat starting to peer through the fog. No one's starting it yet. No one wanting to take the risk. I guess gillyShark has to be afraid of a backdoor here too. Their core at 86% health this late. They don't want to be stuck too far up the map. A Nubrak looking for anything he can find.
I mean, they know that backdooring wouldn't be an option right now. They could simply leave Zool at the objective, all die, you know,
There's
basically
the skeletal
kill.
mages. Cocoon popped out quickly by Li Ming.
Yeah, they got her out.
Discord strike on 2. Burrow charge in onto Stukov, and this should disrupt the backline of gillyShark as the Riptire gets disrupted. It's stuck inside that silence and explodes on nothing, but they finally get the kill on Leo. Indestructible popped on Johanna. She could fall here, getting stunned by that impale from a Nubarak, but good shove by Chemo Tripson, making sure Jinxie Cat can leave, but Zool cannot. It's a double kill for the virtual Murky Slayers. They're about to grab this objective. They do. Looks like they're sending Thrall back to defend. Not trying to end it.
Interesting.
But look at this. gillyShark, they're trying to go the other direction. They're marching right through this jungle. They want to bring it to the core along with these catapults in mid lane. They want to take the fight right now. But bottom lane, look at these catapults. There's 4 of them on the core.
That core is dropping.
Shielding
it is literally at 30%.
You hate to see it.
Yeah, hate to see it. Wow.
VMS gonna go up 2-0 here in the grand finals. It's the Winions getting the job done at the end of the day, and with a 2-0 lead, they can start playing a bit more relaxed, Lexia, and in a best of 5, that really can make a difference.
That is crazy. gillyShark was so dominant in the beginning, so ahead, I feel like. And, some of those choices as the game progressed just essentially kind of forfeited the opportunity to continue with that strength. I'm confused by some of the calls, but I'm not going to put a highlight on that right now. What I'm most excited about is seeing the Winions take that W for virtual Murky Slayers.
Hey, we'll give that a couple chicken squeaks.
Oh my God, no! I come here for solitude. I come here for
I know
serenity.
Venus is out there somewhere, and anytime a Winion can get the job done, I'm sure he's excited. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be taking another short break to set up game number 3. Yes, indeed, if you're asking in chat, this is a best of 5 here in these grand finals. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Stay tuned here for the Division B grand finals. And we are back. Sorry about the timer. It like stopped there for a second. Try to get that fixed in the off season. But here we are. Game number 3 about to kick off, and I can tell you where we're going. It will be Dragonshire. So, Slexia, after seeing Cursed Hollow and Infernal Shrines, do you think VMS just closes it out here in 3, or does gillyShark have a chance to get back in this set with a reverse sweep?
I think gillyShark has a chance. You know, their attention to macro is there. I feel like it's so important here. If they just keep a strong presence bottom lane, you know, it's a smaller map. I think they have an opportunity to come back. I want to see it.
Well, it looks like we are launching draft right now. Ladies and gents, game number 3, Dragon Shire. And first to ban will be the virtual Murky Slayers.
Are we going to see the Zeratul and what is it that keeps getting banned immediately? Sylvanas, Zeratul.
We saw the... Here it is, a Nubrak,
Oh,
Zarya,
Samuro, that's right.
the Diablo, and the Hanzo as well for gillyShark have been their bans. There's that Zeratul in the first slot.
And the Samuro, yeah, every time.
Third game in a row for both of those heroes.
And Sylvanas, Deja Vu, it's Groundhog Day and draft.
Well,
Diablo.
when you win game 1 and game 2 with a draft strategy, you stick with it in game 3 until gillyShark can respond and get a win for themselves. They're not going to do it with Samuro. They're not going to do it with Sylvanas. And Seabrisket now, once again, getting on this Tyrande early priority here for VMS.
I mean, it has been strong. Seabrisket picking the relevant and right talents. Ooh, Dahaka picked up with that Junkrat. But there's the Anubarak again. I mean, Anubarak is so powerful right now. Hanzo as well. Interesting. I'm wondering if we'll see a Rexar. I always feel like he's so strong here. Does either team play Rexar?
I mean, they just got 2 heroes that have been banned out tonight by gillyShark with that Anubarak from game 1. Hanzo was banned out in game 2. So gillyShark trying to take away these heroes, but they're not able to get rid of all of them. And finally, you see them able to get on the Hanzo they've been wanting. Anubarak looked pretty darn good in game number 2. As you see the Thrall being banned up by gillyShark. But I think it's just too much of what VMS wants to play, and I got to see a response here from gillyShark with these 2 picks right now.
Yeah, they did ban Fake News Nate's Thrall. I want to see the power that they have. I don't know what I was trying to do, like what accent. Don't judge me, okay? Okay, Johanna. Johanna was strong, for sure.
Judgment-free zone here, Slexia.
Don't judge me, okay? Alexstrasza picked up. That was a ban that we did see. So, is this a big gun they're bringing out? Fake News Nate, are we going to see the Sonya again? Is Sonya relevant here?
I mean, this is Dragon Shire. I wouldn't even hate to see like a Rexar right now. We'll see if Fake News Nate has that in his arsenal. Instead, it's going to be Malthael. Fine pick there.
Okay.
Last pick's going to be Leeming. And, you know, the Malthael's going to get tremendous value against the Haka. I really love the matchup. Of course, Lacerites can be negated by the Burrow. But he gets a lot of value in the lane. Last pick, Medivh. And this now is scary because he is quite the wild card.
Quite the spicy pick. Leeming picked up instead this time by virtual Murky Slayers. Interesting. Okay, so Medivh. Let's see how it's executed. I'm the one to not be convinced by Medivh right away. But they play together often, so I mean, it's got to be worth it, right?
We're going to find out here in game number 3. gillyShark with their backs up against the ropes here in the grand finals, down 2-0 to virtual Murky Slayers. Let us know in chat, who are you here rooting for? Hashtag gillyShark or hashtag VMS. Let me know right now. I'll try to tabulate some of that. We'll announce it and see who has more fans or whatever. There's 48 of you out there right now. Thank you for showing up and being a part of this, and I'm looking forward to a good game number 3 here, Slexia.
Same.
Let's introduce these teams for the 3rd time. On the left-hand side from the east, it's Chemo Tripson playing the Alexstrasza Chess Looter on the Junkrat. Jinxie Cat playing the Johanna. Zergy Monster subbing in here for game number 3 onto that Dahaka. And up in the sky, it's going to be Stark on the Medivh. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the champions from the East, gillyShark.
And on the right side, the west side, we have a Nubarak played by a Brewer 2, Fake News Nate on that Li Ming, Sea Brisket on Tyrande once more, E-Bagatron on Hanzo, and Swagneros on Malthiel. Can this 2-0 become a 3-0 here tonight? This is virtual Murky Slayers.
Look at this pick from Malthiel, Fear the Reaper at level 1, trying to help move through that Dahaka, who actually, you moved through him already when the Darkstorm was going on, but we see a portal coming down and some heroes walking through it. Dahaka surrounded now, pops Essence, Zergy Monster low, just subbing into this set, seeing if they can be the difference maker here for gillyShark. Still no kills as the skirmish ends at mid, and you check out up top where Dahaka is going to drag Malthiel into a tower. But Zergy Monster pretty low, has to be careful himself.
Yeah, definitely got to be careful. Siege camps are up. You know, gillyShark is on it right away. Like I said, they have great attention to macro detail. And, you know, they are just immediately, oh, never mind. She changed her mind. My bad. They at least knew it was there. So Virtual Murky Slayers is rather going to get their siege camp first.
Checking out our votes, and looks like Slexia, you even got a vote, but pretty close. I think it's 2-2 here, if I'm looking at these correctly. So not a lot of participation. Maybe people not wanting to upset their friends as Malthiel just fell up top, presumably dragged into another tower there by Zergy Monster. And the sub working out so far as we're on this camp.
Ooh.
There's VMS invading and taking it away.
Well, they may have invaded and taken that camp away, but both shrines were channeled by the blue side. Unfortunately, there's too much presence there, and Virtual Murky Slayers has recaptured at bottom. These portals are getting value. Stark is just coming in, backing out, using his protected ability. What is that actually called? My brain has just given up. Force of Will was used, but that poke that is happening from the side of Virtual Murky Slayers is kind of roughing them up down here. You know, Alexstrasza isn't very strong in the beginning, and E-Bagatron, oh my gosh, takes some tower hits. Is Medivh gonna follow up? Can he get some Qs off? Definitely not enough to take him down. Holy moly.
Let's talk about the Q stacks. Arcane Rift baseline quest currently sitting at 11 for Stark. As these shrines are still being contested by both of our teams. You saw the Hearth come out there from Hanzo.
Right.
So not a strong presence here in the bottom lane right now for Virtual Murky Slayers. Both shrines currently in control of gillyShark as Jinxie got looking for the channel. Big burrow coming in from a Brewer 2. And
Nubarak is a great pickup here. Like, those beetles coming out are extra harassment when trying to pick up that shrine. That's rough. You know, it sucks when you're trying to channel the dragon and a minion starts hitting you, let alone a beetle. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Malthiel playing aggressive on the point up top, making sure that it remains in control of Virtual Murky Slayers. As Junkrat in trouble, has that concussion mine, gets himself back to safety. As he's going to contest in here a little bit more with this grenade launcher, poking away at the health bars of VMS. But not nearly enough damage here, and you know, they don't really necessarily have a lot of damage until level 10 when they get that Riptire. Maybe they can set up a play with something like a Leyline Seal as they're coming through a portal again, dropping the dragon, and Fake News Nate in a lot of trouble. These grenades are so good, so accurate by Junkrat, but the supporting barely enough there by Sea Brisket, keeping Fake News Nate alive. But Hanzo might not have the same fate. Yeah.
Yeah, and top lane, Swagneros is definitely doing a number on Dahaka. I did see earlier he took him down. He had to use his essence, and now he had to tap just to maintain. Blue side will not maintain their channel here. Wow.
Stark dropping portals back on the point, using that force of will, and look at how much damage you're able to get out onto Li Ming. Concussion mine, but that teleport's so good there, making sure that Li Ming stays alive. Now Tyrande under pressure. Seabrisket trying to walk away, gets a little bit of self-healing off as the portals drop, and Tyrande finally falls back through the portals. Stark with the kill. Nubrak might not want to let them go though, as Johanna solo dodging the Hanzo, but finally falling there. A 1-for-1 in the exchange. And that's going to mean gillyShark will not be able to channel away this Dragon Knight that they worked on. And, you know, they have control of both these shrines right now, but I don't expect a Dragon to follow behind it.
Right. If it wasn't Tyrande, you know, killed on the red side, it would have been Li Ming. That Elune's Chosen was put on her to keep her alive, and, you know, Tyrande paid for it with her own blood, but that's the way it is being a healer sometimes. And now we just see this thing going off. Blue, red, blue, red. It was red, now it's nothing.
Yeah, but it's good value even right now down bottom by Virtual Murky Slayers, getting that wall down, now trying to jump on top of Hanzo with that portal again. They're really relying on Stark to get them straight to the backline. They don't even want to look at a Nubrak. They're like, hey, if you use Burrow, we're just going to use a portal and be so far away from you in a second. So I wonder if VMS is going to start noticing that, start playing a bit more defensive in their lineup during these skirmishes, and really start trying to protect the Li Ming and the Hanzo, who are so vulnerable to this portal engage.
Right, maybe allocate that to Haka for just one fight, get a pick. Get in, get out, you know? What are we gonna see? We already have ultimates online for gillyShark, and Cleansing Flame is just another layer of pressure that Alexstrasza picked up, and Johanna just went down.
Ooh, and Junkrat's so low. Fake News Nate, if you can teleport in, and bam, another kill. Maybe could have teleported again and found Alex, but Fake News Nate deciding, hey, we got enough. Let's work on a Dragon Knight. 7 seconds till Johanna's back. Medivh just portaling both shrines in control of VMS as Seabrisket starting the channel. Alexstrasza Harthing in a really bad spot. A Nubrak right on top of her. Cocoon coming down, but here's Medivh potentially with the save, using that portal. Nearby is Johanna now. DK,
oh my God,
boot to the face! Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I think the kill was credited to Li Ming, but just the fact that that big boot came out, it just looked fancy. First structure the game's going to go down. Sorry, go ahead.
I only saw the orb. Like, that's clip worthy to me. That was perfectly timed. Holy crap.
One fort down, working on the second already was Hanzo in a siege camp. This will be down as well. Still 20 seconds and 40% health remaining on this DK. They're once again, for the third game in the row, looking at a bottom lane keep early. It's just 8 minutes in, and this keep wall already losing a significant portion of its health.
But they are backing up. The Dragon Knight only has 2 seconds left, and it's just like in and out.
Malthael's gonna die top.
Yeah, definitely. Wow, just saw that. Yikes. Rip.
Yeah, Resilient by Zergy Monster, maybe now staying a little bit too long, as Starfall is gonna land after that Burrow, and Zergy Monster no more. Checking in down bottom, where gillyShark trying to grab away this neutral camp with the rest of their team. They got to start matching some of the catapult pressure in bottom lane, so this bottom fort becomes such a priority for them, and they're going to try to push onto it here with this minion wave and with this bruiser camp right now.
Yeah, definitely a strong suit of theirs, having that extra, you know, awareness to the macro objectives, the right ones at the right time, but not even really doing much with it, interestingly, with only having a Nubrak down here, kind of letting it do its own thing.
Look at this rotation, though.
Putting them in a position for that, though.
Leyline seal to help disengage. Portals drop to try to move them through, but they're spotted by Seabrisket. Lands that stun. Cleansing Flame trying to keep Stark alive as Li Ming pressing in with those orbs. Stark's in trouble, but getting plenty of supporting from Alexstrasza, now landing down. Riptire here from Junkrat. Whoa! Whoa! A quick turnaround from Chess Looter, and now it's time to show some respect. What a play there by Junkrat.
Yeah, what a play. You know, that value on the Riptire was exceptional. And I also want to point out just how amazing it was to see Tyrande in the bush just anticipating where that portal would be with a follow-up lunar flare. Even though they didn't make it out on that side, it was definitely excelente.
Another portal dropped. Natural agility for Hanzo over a sneaky little corner there. He's going to be safe back by his fort and well. Now eBag can step up with those explosive arrows that he picked up at level 4, trying to whittle away at this siege camp in the bottom lane. This minion wave also showing up. There's half the portal dropped by Stark, looking for the other half in the back line, walking through, using that Force of Will. A couple of those rifts coming through, but not enough damage there. Leyline sealed, though. This could be good if they have any sort of follow-up for Li Ming, but nothing there. Out of sync right now is gillyShark, as Medivh's starting to take a lot of damage, pressing in. Fake News Nate gonna whiff on the orb. Portal drop. Stark's gonna be safe. Zoning continuing from Johanna, but here comes a Nubrak. Stunning onto Alexstrasza. No cleansing flame yet for 5 seconds. She's down. There's the cocoon. And Johanna's gonna be surrounded by red when she pops out. Here's Hanzo channeling a big arrow. And bye-bye, Jinxie Cat. Let's take a look at these kills. Third death of the game there for Johanna, but it's 4 kills for Li Ming, 1 apiece for Anub, Tyrande, and Hanzo. They're looking to get another Dragon Knight here, Slexia, and this could be destructive because that bot keeps ready to fall.
Yeah, it's very low. Swagneros not having any problem whatsoever channeling when Dahaka knows very well that he would be trying to do so. It would be almost worth dying for it because they do get this Dragon Knight. And they also have engaged the Bruiser camp and have that to push with it. What?
It's going to be pushing up top onto that fort. Dragon Knight staying mid. There is one catapult here. There is one Li Ming here. A Nubrak holding down this rotational lane, making sure no one's coming from the top side. As
there
the
is
DK...
the siege camp pushing bot as well.
Yeah, Hanzo's here with the catapults. They're like, hey, we're going to just do 3-lane pressure with the DK. Get everything we can, including, sorry, I didn't show that, Dahaka falling up top. Stark now maybe getting just, like, desperate at this point. Stepping in, has that leyline seal in just 4 seconds, but has to survive. So there's the cleansing flame from Alexstrasza. Gotta get Junkrat out of that cocoon as well. Finally popped out. Fort still standing. Malthael trying to scoot away. Has that Fear the Reaper at level 1 that I didn't really know what the game plan was. But look at this, 2 keeps down. Dragon Knight on the core. Who's showing up? gillyShark, you gotta get back. You gotta make a defense here. Leyline seal only hitting the DK. And they're pressing in on the Li Ming. Fake News Nate low. Portal dropped in the backside for Medivh, but still no kills. Nothing falling yet. As the Dragon Knight gonna disengage, and I think VMS gets out of here without losing any heroes. 2 keeps fall, and for the 3rd game in a row, we're back in the same exact spots, Lexia.
Oh, no, but that portal just came on the drag from Dahaka with Starfall coming down. Malthael goes out. Like, they took a bit of a long time to get out of there. You know what I mean? That's crazy. But yeah, they got a lot of value from that. A lot of value. I am impressed. I can't believe they have something in every lane for every time that they push at the opposing team structures.
They're coming right through onto the structure right now. Silence gonna land from Dahaka on top of Hanzo. He's trying to walk away, but there's the Blessed Shield from Jinxie Cat, and eBag's gonna be the first to fall in the fight. Zergy Monster low, but Leyline Seal gonna reset it for now. Concussion Mine helping with the disengage as a Nubrak not able to continue pushing forward, but wait! A Brewer 2 says, yes, I can. Burrow charging in, maybe in trouble. Cleansing Flame out from Alexstrasza, keeping everyone alive. And that's going to be it for gillyShark. They don't want any more. They got to worry about mid as catapults are starting to show up. And the core already at 84% health. They can't really afford to be losing too much more.
There's literally 28 health on that bottom fort on the side of Virtual Murky Slayers right now. I mean, that's how you know they have great communication to back up. Like, even though it's just like less than a hit, you could literally whisper in its ear, like, maybe you should die. And They still backed up. Like that's teamwork. You know what I mean? They could have taken a death just to get that, but they didn't. Good for them.
Here's Medivh in the sky. They're looking to take something before level 20s here for virtual Murky Slayers. And they want this camp. There's a ley line seal. It doesn't hit anyone, but they have the zoning, and it's going to be good enough to get the siege camp. But Zergy Monster Low has to use Essence, falling low, and a big orb from Li Ming and that Dragon's Arrow. There's Last Rites, but he has the burrow. Zergy Monster lives, keeps himself up with that burrow. But Epex says you're not getting away. The Haka ends up falling anyway. Anubrak still pressing in. Jinxie Cat gonna condemn, trying to keep a Brewer 2 back. Here's Maltfield now pressing forward. Has that dot on Jinxie Cat. And I think Johanna falls here. Gets the Force of Will. Gets the Abundance as well. No, Johanna back up to health. Anub gonna have to burrow out.
What a target for that Riptire.
Oh my god, again on the backside, it's Hanzo finding the kill. Make it 2. Johanna's down. 3 heroes dead for gillyShark. And moving in with catapults onto the core in game number 3. They already won 2 and they're trying to end the set here. Jess Looter falls, and this could be the beginning of the end. Your Season 6 Division B Grand Finals champions are gonna be the virtual Murky Slayers.
VMS! GG! Oh my gosh.
I wasn't expecting a 3-0 tonight, Slexi. Is that a surprise to you too?
It is. It is a surprise to me. You know, I know there's a lot of hype around both of these teams, a lot of support, and they both have excellent execution, but holy moly, I just can't believe it.
A bit more creativity in drafting tonight from gillyShark, but ultimately didn't end up paying off for them. They dropped this at 0-3, and it's VMS sticking with the tried and true bans throughout the night, getting on the heroes they wanted, the Tyrande in all 3 games, getting the Anubrak and Hanzo, which were contested as well. They looked so good tonight, and I mean, clear reason why they had such an easy march through the West. You see it here up against the best from the East as well.
Yeah, super engaging to watch. Just even looking at their strategies, I know that they heck-boozled the hell out of gillyShark a couple times. I mean, it's like, oh wait, they got the dragon. When did they get this bruiser and this siege camp? They have pressure in all 3 lanes. They do crazy stuff, and you know, I don't know if they have a coach or if they just practice a lot or if they practice at all. But excellent job. Excellent really job.
Slexia, let's hop on into a lobby and try to get an interview going here.
All right. Will do.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Awesome. All right. So waiting to hear back from VMS to see who they're sending. Asking where NGS Lobby 1 Discord. Da, 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 da. All right. We have someone joining us. It's the captain from the virtual Murky Slayers. Welcome to the show and congratulations to VMS. What's going on, Fake News Nate?
Ooh, feels good. GG's. Victory. We did it.
So it was a long Season 6. Started back in, was it February or early March?
Something like that.
And here we are. We're in May, middle of May, and the grand finals have ended. And you guys had quite the season in Division B. You want to just recap overall your thoughts on the season as a whole for VMS?
Oh, man. Well, we practiced a bunch in the off-season, and then we had didn't break composure too many times. I think we drafted pretty well and understood the meta pretty well and sort of kept it going. We slept a little bit at the end of the season in, like, first game of the playoffs and got a few little losses here and there, but pretty good. I feel awesome. What do you think, Ryan?
Yeah, also joining us, a Brewer 2 showing up, the assistant captain for VMS.
There.
Congratulations to you too. How's it going?
Thanks, Murda. It's going great, man. Of course. Curious. Their drafts were way spicier than ours throughout.
Yeah.
I was saying
I'm
that.
really curious to see what chat and what you guys were saying when that Murky showed up last pick and
Really
spicy
creative
picks
drafting
out of
from them, and maybe this is another good thing that we can start to talk about here. You guys stayed dedicated to your bans. You took out Samuro and Sylvanas all 3 times. The Ana as well, I believe. No,
Yes.
game 2 was the Alex Straza you banned out.
Yep, Alex is good on that map.
But it seemed like you had a real strategy. Speak to the strategy. There's nothing left to hide. The grand finals are over.
Well, we just came in deciding to do what we've done all season. We didn't really have any pocket strats per se. And I think our Toronto player has been killing it, so just pick that. And then game 1, the draft went really well because they took a Murky. And also, their Silva's good and their Samura's good. So anyway, draft went great game 1, and then we just said, well, why should we do it different if it went so well? And then it seemed to work out all the games, so we didn't change it.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Sexia, anything to add on that?
No, I remember casting you guys a while ago, and you won at that time too. But you seem to have improved. I'm curious, do you guys have a coach, or how often do you scrim?
Oh no, we don't have a coach or anyone helping with drafts or anything like that. We're pretty casual. I mean, it's not like a humble thing to say after we win the series. We came in with no expectations of the season.
Wow.
It was part of real life friends that wanted to play. But
Yeah, we play like on average every other night or something, but we scrim like something like a little less than once a week, or more once a week maybe, something like that.
Well,
we
let
don't
me
scrim
ask
as
you
much
this
as
question.
we like our other teams, but
Have you guys put thought on returning to NGS during Season 7? And if you do, do you feel ready to take the step up to the next division in Division A?
Hell yeah, let's go.
yes, absolutely. Yeah. We'll
Take him on. We scrimmed Queen's Constructs and beat him in a best of 5. And,
What?
we're feeling ready to
Queen's
go.
constructs, yes.
Queen's Consort's currently
yeah.
sitting at the top of Division A, right?
Constructs. Corrected by the grand champions here, Division
Yeah.
B West.
To be fair, it was a scrim, right? People
Yeah. They were trying out
things that are
different
maybe
stuff.
outside
But
of their
anyway,
normal
Sure.
comfort zone. So.
stoked for next season, and maybe bring us to Div A. We'll see.
So, what's going to go on in the off-season for VMS? How are you going to celebrate tonight? Tell us what's going to be going on for these next few months.
Woo, get drunk.
Yeah, that probably sums it up. We're kind of a team of drunks, as it turned out. But
Hey,
my
those
friend-
of you
my
at
friend
home,
Jake-
drink responsibly and not at all if you're under 21 in the United States.
Yeah, my friend Hidden Pants probably joining the team. Good friend of mine for a long time, and
All right.
he's been. That's how I started playing Hotspots with him, and then he's been doing real life stuff, boring, and then he's ready to bring it back. So we'll have a new member and ready to get practiced up. Maybe some new comps. We'll see.
All right, so I'm going to have you guys combo in on this, but I want you to give a season-ending superlative to each of your team members to recognize them as Division B champs. Help me out here. Who's like, the
I like
whatever,
that.
best whatever. You go ahead with it. Have some fun.
That's like, wait, can I just do an adjective for all of them, or do I have to
Sure,
say
yeah,
best?
yeah. Whatever
Okay.
your adjective or best of.
For a brewer or two, it's definitely hungry.
All right. The
What do
hungry.
you think for me? What do you think for me? Right.
focused. Yeah, our captain was, even when we lost, this is for an interview, even when we got behind in a lot of matches, or we lost the first game against Halfwits, both times we played him, he doesn't get pissed, he doesn't get tilted. He's always just focused, hyper-focused on the objective at hand. Never beat anyone up about it. He's you're really a perfect captain, man. Having someone like you on the team sets you up for success.
Damn,
That's adorable. Absolutely adorable.
How
How about
Pays off.
how about Seabrisket and Ebag and Swagneros? You got anything for them?
Brisket is undefeated. I think he just claimed.
Oh.
He missed all of our games.
All the
Yeah,
losses
maybe,
are without
actually.
So
Seabrisket?
he likes to brag about that one.
I'll go with skilled for eBag.
Yeah.
A
Like,
lot of
he-
skill
he-
coming
he-
out tonight on Hanzo. Game 3 especially found a couple kills, like sneaky kills on the backside that I thought they were getting away, and there was eBag picking it up, like playing a little bit of janitor work in that game.
Yeah.
Right. We so we know eBag just from playing online. I guess eBag's the only person that we don't have a real life connection to, and we just met in Storm League or whatever.
Yeah.
And we got into a lot of drafts where I guess more of the draft coach, if he wants to wear that hat. But he'll say, what'd be perfect here is such and such hero, and then that he plays it because essentially he's the perfect flex. He plays pretty much everything we'd want in every situation. So
a lot of
really
wisdom, a lot of experience from eBag.
It's great. He played in, I want to say he played in Div A last season. Is that right?
Yeah, something like that.
Sounds right to me. I don't remember exactly.
Yeah, he's incredible.
And then last, we haven't talked about Swagneros. What are your thoughts on her this season?
She has great timing, so let's see. Maybe go with execution. I don't know. What do you think, Ryan? Like she's really good at hitting the ETC slide right when it happens. And I don't know. We'll go with Dance Master for the ETC. Let's go.
I was gonna say patient. To go back to
oh yeah,
one of the ones that you casted. We played on Tomb, and I think you were casting with Weenus, and she played ETC. And if you ever get a chance to go back and watch that, it was just a masterful ETC where she barely used abilities the entire game and pretty much just bullied the entire game through positioning.
The patient.
I remember it.
Was inappropriate. Never using slides was inappropriate. It was just a lot of patience and restraint.
And then what about that veggie?
You feel like you're not doing anything when you're not using your abilities, but she, barely clicked a button the entire time.
Yeah. What about your sub as well, right?
It was
hard to call him a sub.
Season. Yeah, he played great. I'll go with either the Lord of Terror. We call him the Lord of Terror because he's always playing the excellent Diablo, or just call him Most Improved. Honestly, like he played so well this season, and he hasn't played as long as a lot of words. He hasn't played as long as a lot of us, and he's just gotten so much better over the last couple seasons. It's great.
So I'm sending a message out in chat right now. Don't go anywhere, chat, because we have the Division B All-Star announcement to get to. I was going to do it between games 3 and 4, but we ended early as a quick set tonight here by VMS. Slexia, before we let them go, do you have anything else you want to ask him?
Nope. I just want to say congratulations. Actually, I do. I remember, okay, maybe I'm wrong. I'm going to get totally corrected here. Was Seabrisket always support, or was Seabrisket like playing Phoenix and stuff?
Yeah, he was our solo through the better part of the first half of the season, right?
He's played a great Tyrande forever, and then he's also quite good on Phoenix, but as the season progressed and honestly, mostly in the playoffs, we realized his Tyrande's just really helping us win. So we should just try to get him that. And then if that doesn't work out, we switch. We're all like 3 or 4 different people support on the team, so pretty flexible in order to make the drafts flexible.
Well, great choice. Definitely shout out to him watching his Tyrande those 3 games. Loved it. Just grats to you guys. Also, just so you know, it's like my favorite logo, your guys' logo.
It's very good. It's very good.
I wish I had.
We paid a lot of money for it, so thank you.
I know. I'm not even joking. I really do love it. And wow.
All right. Well, you guys are champs. You made it all the way. You won it. You got time to celebrate tonight, I hope. But before we let you go do that celebrating, I got to give you time for some shout outs. The floor is yours, VMS.
Shoutouts to you guys for casting. Everybody for casting this season. Really makes it fun to play, to be casted. And shout out to all the other Div B teams helping us practice and giving us some great games. And shout out to our opponents. GG's.
Awesome. GG's. Well done tonight, and congratulations once again on being the Division B Grand Champions.
Woo, let's go!
Yeah, murder. Nice casting, guys.
All right, thanks, guys.
GG's.
All right, Slexia, we're at the end of the show, but surprise, we got a little something left in the tank for you guys. It's going to be the Division B All-Stars. So let me throw these up on the screen right now and start unveiling who was chosen by our panelists as being the top of Division B. If I can only find the picture here in my files, it's somewhere. Slexia, keep them occupied for a second, will you?
Okay, hi. Maybe share your screen or something so I can see. I'm in the dark here.
How about this? Let me send it to you first so you're on the same page as me.
What? Early access?
Can you hear me, by the way?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay, all right, you do hear me. Perfect.
I
left
I hear you. Discord because we've had some technical difficulties, but they didn't get the best of us tonight. Here we go.
I just sent you the list, all right? Now it's time for you guys at home to see the list. Here we go. The Division B All-Stars. I'll make this as big as I can for you. Team number 1 at Tank. From Logical Decision, it's E-Day 15. Playing the healer spot, listed as healer 2. Freckle Pants from the Wholesome Halfwits making it there. Here at the solo position number 1, we see Chess Looter from gillyShark, who we just got to see play in these grand finals. DPS there by Chaotic Order from Newis. Crooked Smile from the Wholesome Halfwits, as well as G-Money Drums from the Wholesome Halfwits, making all 3 of them up there for the East, looking really good for Wholesome Halfwits. And last but not least, from Jailbait, it's one of my friends, Joe DiMaggio. Slexi, you have any opportunity to cast any of these players this season? Anything to add outside of we just saw Chess Looter tonight?
I believe I cast Wholesome Halfwits once. Nothing that I can remember, to be honest. It's been such a blur.
Yeah, and I guess... Oh, it does show me here, B West. Yeah, so most of that team from B West. So I don't really think there is necessarily an order of who is from East or who is from West. I think what the analysts did here, in case you're confused at home, these are teams, and they're going to try to ask if these players come in and play this game. So these are the teams they're proposing, trying to even up a bit of the score here between both sides, merging the two. So team number 2, coming in at tank number 2 from the East, it's Chaos Dude from Newis. You want to read some of these, Lexi? I guess you do have the list. Okay,
especially
go for it.
the next one.
Yeah, do it.
Because from B West on support for Team 2 is Wono. Hey, Wono from Logical Decision.
And from Nexus Edge.
Yeah.
A huge role he played this season for NGS and the analyst team putting together that show. Wono, if you weren't an all-star on the field, you're an all-star off the field, my man.
Right. Pink hair, orange hair, whatever hair, all-star. Solo lane, B East Fade from, is it Nuez?
NUES, yeah.
NUES.
Northeastern University Esports.
My bad.
There you go.
My bad. Okay, on damage from B West, Midnight Haze from 10 Armor. Love 10 Armor. Shout out to 10 Armor. Hello. Marsh Hole for damage as well from B East from Minion Miners. And go ahead and sail us home with these last 2, Murda.
At the solo position from B West and from the Reborn Knights Red, it's going to be Danebo coming in at 89.48%. And last but not least, from everyone's favorite team from the West, Soak Every Lane, it's Philip K. Getting that last spot on Team 2. You've seen all the heroes, all the players here. Let us know who you think. Who's the better team? Who's going to end up winning this all-star match if it ever goes on? It looks to me like we got some good representatives, but I got a note. No one from our grand champions anywhere on this list. What gives, Lexia?
I don't know. I mean, they're going to be too busy partying. They're celebrating.
Yeah, it's like if you make it to the Super Bowl, you're not going to play in the Pro Bowl too. You're going to take the week off. You're going to hang out. And
Disneyland, right?
Disneyland, all that.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, an all-star game. maybe they're going to coach them on how to win. You know what I mean? We don't know.
Hey, we'll see.
Uh,
We'll find
They
out. I
have the
hope it
luxury.
happens.
Yeah, they have the luxury to do what they want. They just won. Let's give them a break. But yeah,
So-
excellent observation from Murda.
Yeah. Actually, I saw it in chat. Someone there said it. I want to credit you. It was
Excellent
Valcomer, actually.
observation from Valcomer, my champion.
Yeah. Wait,
Uh,
Valcomer is my champion. Okay, I love
My
that
bad?
guy. You can't have him. He's all
Oh.
mine.
Okay. It's okay. I don't need a champion.
Slexia, it's over. I thought we were gonna get to hang all night. It ended
Hey.
up being a 3-game set instead of a 5-game set. So
Yeah.
I'm sad, but we're here.
I'm sad too. But I'm
Oh,
happy for Virtual Murky Slayers and that neon explosion of a logo. Yes.
How about you let the viewers know at home where they can find you and let them know what you're gonna be up to during the off season.
So you can find me at twitch.tv/Slexia. In the off season, I'm probably just going to be bored. Now that I've had a taste of this life here, casting games, talking about it, maybe I'll consider joining a team. I will advise, though, I will warn everyone, I am too salty for most to handle. If you can handle a salty, mediocre player, hit me up. If not, don't do it. You can also find me on Twitter. Like, you can just find my profile. It's dormant and blank at Sparkles. And just, looking to join random people from NGS at this point and play some quick match or unranked. I can only
Or
handle
Saturday
one.
night customs.
I'm down. That is my favorite. I love ARAM Customs 5v5. Got to do that with Murda recently. It was a blast. I've been doing that for quite some time with a few other friends, and maybe we can combine forces. I would love to create a special project that, I'll talk about on the down low outside of this, and maybe if it does come into fruition, announce. But just, you know what? I've had a blast. This is our second time casting together. We've played quite a bit. I appreciate you. Thank you for having me here. I love your excitement. Both of us were listed as casters of the week on the most recent episode of Nexus Edge. What a beautiful
Oh.
thing.
I'm such a loser. I was waiting to watch it till I had enough time. I've been so busy at work this week, and I haven't watched it.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
I just spoiled it. So both of us were on there. It was first me, then you mentioned because they missed a week. So here we are tonight, the two casters of the week on this Division B Grand Finals. I'm elated to be here.
Hey, maybe
So
that's why Jason paired us up, and I just didn't realize it.
maybe it's just the plan of the grand scheme.
Always a great time getting to cast with you, though, Slexia, honestly. Anyone at home trying to find me, of course, at MurdaRG on Twitch, Twitter, Discord. Find me all over the place. This is probably it for me and NGS Season 6, unless if somehow another Grand Finals falls into my lap. So from my heart, the deepest part of my heart, out to you guys at home, it's been a pleasure getting to cast these NGS matches for you this season. I had a great time. The Grand Finals tonight were a blast. Congratulations to the Virtual Murky Slayers. They're the champs, and I couldn't be happier for them. Slexia, that was fun. I'll see you next season.
Fun. See you next season, Murda. And
Peace
in
out.
ARAMs.
Peace out, guys.
5v5. Bye.